Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for it's the Fit Pod One, the Fit Podcast, where we discuss the highs and lows about embarking on a fitness, health and fitness regimen or workout plan. And today is a very, very special day. I mean, when I mentioned or reached out to I call him my brother to join me on embarking on this journey. And I would share that at the end of the show what his words were. So today I have the pleasure of introducing someone who truly embodies the entirety of health and wellness inclusivity. I mean, he's someone who cares not just about himself, but he can put together a team of trainers to train the entire world. I'm sure he won't hesitate in doing that. So I have the pleasure of welcoming my brother Kehinde Balogun. So we also share some other attributes. So he's also a construction practitioner, and he currently is the face behind the brand Fit Click. So I will just go into a short story. So I met him at the gym. So I'd recently just migrated to Canada, and I'd found the closest gym to where I reside, and I spotted this dark dude looked very alike, looked like me somewhat. But I mean, I'll put all of that. We'll talk about more about all of that. So let me talk more about his journey. I know he loves sprinting. He loves weightlifting. His journey into fitness started way back in high school, where he was a member of his sprint team. I mean, he'll talk more about all of that. I mean, since then, he has hit several milestones, taking part in macho competitions. He'll share also about that, and he's also shown the stuff he's made of. He has taken part in several half marathons within Nigeria as well. But now we are not in Nigeria currently. So today I have the pleasure of introducing Kehinde Balogun to share his insights and also tips that would help every individual stay motivated as you embark on a workout regimen. So, Kehinde, thank you for joining in to do this. Thank you.
Hey yo, I'm gonna know that. That's the things that other me. I'm not gonna other you. I'm a sexy you, you understand?
Thank you for inviting me to this wonderful platform of yours. And I'd say just keep it up. I know it's the first of many to come, so I'll say more more power to you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you very much.
as far as introducing myself, I think you did a good job already.
Thank you.
So as far as what everybody or anybody out there should know about me, I think you already mentioned that my name is Kehinde Balogun. I love fitness. I think of myself as a fitness enthusiast because I like a bit of everything. So if it's running, you see me there. If it's swimming, you see me there. If
Mm.
it's lifting, you see me there. So I just like a bit of everything. And I like to encourage people as well to take their fitness seriously. So away from fitness, I am also an active player in the construction space. I I have a bachelor's degree in civil engineering. And I think I like to think of anyway when we get to that part.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so what has influenced some of your fitness decisions, or what has influenced or shaped your wellness journey? Like, I mean, different people have different. I, for one, I decided to change my lifestyle and added so much weight. I was over 120 kg. So
Mhm.
yeah, and I didn't like anything about what I looked like. So that instructively had me change my entire. I wanted to change my entire outlook to life. and I embarked on a fitness journey. So, what was that decision for you?
See, fitness has always been something that been part of me, I would say from my high school days,
Okay.
my primary school days. Like I was active in inter-house sports, I would
Okay.
run. I was on the relay team in
Oh, awesome.
secondary school.
Yeah.
So I always loved to sprint. And then as far as bodybuilding or weightlifting, there was this friend of mine then whose house I would always go to. And then at the back of the house, they had this, bench with weights, all this tire wheels and the rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a teenager then, I would always indulge. So I won't really say there was a point where I made that keen decision and say, oh, this is the turning point, and then I have to take my fitness seriously. That always just been when I
Okay.
have the opportunity, I would always just indulge.
Oh, okay. So, the saying goes, different strokes for different folks. So, topic remains curating a personal workout plan. Doesn't necessarily require a gym membership. I know different people. One of our other guests, I'll be bringing her on sometime. She does her workout entirely from the house. So let's delve into it. So, are there any key factors that you considered when curating a personalized workout plan? I need a gym. I need to weight lift. Was there anything that you had planned towards your wellness journey? Is there anything that influences your workout regimen?
Find the gym body.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's a good one. Having
Find the
like
gym body.
okay. That's
Like
okay.
yes,
That's
somebody whose fitness goal is in line with
with
yours.
your
Was
yeah.
yes, and probably someone was already a step ahead. Or you
Oh,
could even be on the same level, but depends. You need somebody that will hold
yeah,
you accountable.
that would be. How should beginners approach setting fitness goals to ensure a long-term success?
Start slow. Take baby steps because you don't want to burn out. And I say fitness is it's a marathon. It's a life journey.
Yeah.
So because you don't want to burn out and because you understand that it is the price to pay for longevity. So I'll say start small so that you don't burn out.
Important is variety in a workout plan. Because when I'll share a little story about myself. So when I started working out, I had a trainer who would so it felt like the most difficult thing, but he kept me in the cardio room. So there was a cardio section, and he would go, "You're not ready to start lifting weights yet. I need you to push beyond the limits here." So we would do jumping jacks. I would always pant, and some part of me just wanted to lift weight. I was in a room. There was a glass section. I could see people lifting weights, but he wouldn't let me lift a single weight. It felt like he was punishing me. Like I've seen fellow men like my such as myself lifting weight. I want to get in on the action, but he physics. And going back to what you said, starting small, I think he needed me to start off small or slowly to gain that momentum so that I don't burn out. Because if I did, I was feeling a lot of pain, but he kept encouraging me. So I think you can having um, starting small, starting with the rudiments, cardio before weightlifting. So please share. Yeah.
So just to be sure, are you referring to variety in terms of like cardio, strength training, or
Yeah.
the right thing in the gym where you try to do different, you know, different workouts for different
Welcome.
muscle training. Is that what
Uh,
you're saying?
okay.
Because I thought about
Well,
it in those two
yeah.
ways when you asked.
And train carrying weights. Tomorrow you want to train your legs. Is how important is that staying training the various parts of your body? And let's stay within that context.
Because I also love to do, like I said earlier, I love to do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Recently, I slowed down on running 5K.
Yeah.
I used to run 5K back then once every week, you know, and because of my fitness goal at a certain point last year, I had to stop running 5K.
Okay.
So instead, I will just sprint. I'll do a 100-meter sprint, and that's enough cardio for me.
Okay.
So that's why it's really important to know why you're
I'm backing
working
on that.
out.
Yeah.
Yes, why
Yeah.
you're on that journey and what you want to get out of that journey.
Out of the journey.
Exactly. So, and in order to be able to know what to mix, because you need a bit of everything and you need to know why. What is cardio? Cardio is just you trying to get your heart rate, high. You want to do something that causes your heart to, you might not necessarily get that same effect from strength training, pushing weights, except if you go really high intensity. But cardio, strength training, you need to talk to a coach.
Yeah. To get some insight. Question would be, what are the common mistakes people make when trying to, and you've trained several people, and let me add this. So at some point, Kane, they also helped shaping my fitness journey as well. So he did train me for fitness podcast journey with me. I'm indeed honored to have someone who had trained me. So new fitness enthusiasts make.
One common mistake is the form,
Okay.
which is very important. The form. And I think because of my background as a civil engineer, form is very important.
Mm.
A structure that once you have one side stressed more than the other,
Yeah.
there's going to be cracks.
Definitely.
There will be
Definitely.
the reaction at that point. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. a
So
100%.
form is very, very, very important, especially when you start carrying weights. So you have to be able to be in the best position where the load is evenly distributed.
Muted.
And now I'm
Mm.
already going into engineering.
My back, my lower back,
Oh,
because
okay,
I just
okay, okay, okay.
yeah, because I was ego lifting. So you hear things like that, buddy. You're
Yeah,
on a
not.
journey to stay fit and stay well. So yeah, I learned the hard way. So if you now quick question, how can one balance strength training, cardio, and stretches? I know we have talked about I rarely stretch at the gym. I recently started. So how do you balance or mix and match cardio days? I have days when I work my cardio. I have days when I strength train, but I usually skip the stretch part which I recently introduced. So how do you, for you, what works, or how do you make it work?
So for me, I try to do a bit of. I have a day dedicated to stretching where I
Okay.
try to, yeah,
How
because
important would you say stretching is on a scale
stretching
of one to
is
ten?
on a scale of 1 to 10, 10,
Yeah,
10.
10 stretching. Wow.
Yes. Because every time you lift weights, especially when you push to a certain point,
Yeah.
you're actually causing like micro tears in your muscles, right?
Yeah.
So what stretching will do for you is, you know, to keep that elasticity there, to
Okay.
make sure that you don't just have your body does not experience any form of shock, you know, when you carry the weights and then those muscles just rip. So stretching will also ensure that there's circulation, you know,
Okay.
blood.
Blood,
So
blood
sometimes there
flow.
might be stuff clogging, but when you stretch, you know, it
Yeah.
allows for circulation as well, which is something you
Oh,
need
okay.
when you want to work out. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a good one. So next question. I'd really like this question. How, because I struggled with it. How can one track progress effectively without becoming obsessed by numbers? I mean, this will be a spreadsheet, and she typically checks her weight like on a weekly basis. I don't do that. I don't like to. I just want to do put in the work, and over time I see the result as against wanting to see result. You can get easily discouraged that way. So please, if you can, are there easy ways to without checking your weight per workout? Is there some way to track progress? Or do you just go by my own philosophy? Don't check, and with time you start to get the results.
I'd say you should check, and then you get to a point where you don't need to check.
Okay.
So check so that you know if there are things you need to adjust. You know if what you're doing is working,
Okay.
because you might be on a path that is not working for, and especially if you have something you want to achieve,
Yeah.
which is why that's the most important part. That's mental picture of what you want to build, what you want to
Sure.
achieve. If it's
Sure.
there, then you can map out something that is realistic. So it's either maybe your plan is not realistic,
Okay.
because that's another common mistake. You see people thinking that they can have a summer body, of which it can be done. Actually, it can be done, you know? It can be done if you are willing to pay the price.
Okay.
So, but it might not be realistic. The hours you have to train, the kind of diets you'd have to embark on, you might not have all of these things, you know, checked out. So it might not be realistic. But away from that, I'll say just have it, you know, as
Okay.
smart as possible.
Okay. Okay. So all right. So check occasionally, not probably not every time, but check on your progress occasionally. That's a very good point. That's a last question would be: are there any underrated or overlooked exercises that should be included in most workout routines?
I say a lot of people run away from training lower body.
Okay.
Sports is one very compound exercise.